All right, we do it every day at this time. Time to go around the National Football League. Here is Jack.
All right, so yesterday, Vikings locked up Justin Jefferson. It broke on the show with a 4-year, $140 million contract. When the news broke, Shea, you said something that intrigued me a little bit. You said that the Vikings can afford to pay a wide receiver because they have the rookie quarterback. They have the rookie pass rusher, and they're pretty set in the trenches overall, and basically everywhere else on the roster. Right now, I'm seeing their over-under for wins at about 6.5 to 7.5. Right now, I'm hammering the over on that one. Are the Vikings being overlooked in the division? A lot of talk about the Packers, a lot of talk about the Bears, a lot of talk about the Lions. Could the Vikings be sneaky this year and contend in the division?
I don't really think so, no. I don't think J.J. McCarthy is, like, unless he shocks me and is the best of the rookie quarterbacks. No, I don't think so. Sam Darnold is their QB1 right now. That's not good. And frankly, I've said this, I don't think JJ's ready to play year one. I think if they can manage to bench him for an entire season, they should.
There's a lot of talent on that team, man.
It is a talented team, but I think 6-10 is about where they sit.
Here's my thing. They won 7 games last year with 9 games of starting quarterback play from Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, and Jaron Hall. McCarthy and Darnold, in my opinion, are going to be better than that. That's like the lowest bar you can set for starting quarterbacks in the NFL. They'll at least be better than that. Now, you don't have the 8 games of Kirk Cousins, but for me, 7 wins seems like a pretty good projection, and they could go over that with some lucky breaks.
What were they when Cousins went down last year? 3-5 or 4-4?
4-4 when Cousins went down.
So they won 3 games with the 9 games of quarterback play that you mentioned?
Yes. A pretty
I think they're going under
play.
6.5.
They should have beaten the Bears up there. They had them.
Their last 3 games were the Lions, Green Bay when Green Bay was super hot, and then the Lions again. They had a really tough stretch at the end of the year.
They've got Darnold and then McCarthy. They've got Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Brandon Powell, T.J. Hawkinson, Christian Darrisaw, Dalton Risner, Garrett Bradbury, Ed Ingram, and Brian O'Neill. Pretty damn good offensive line. Their defensive line, they've got Jonathan Bullard at one defensive end. They got Jonathan Greenard at the other. They drafted
Dallas Turner,
who will probably end up as a starter. Their defensive backfield is pretty good. They got a decent team, and I love their coach.
I got some questions about the secondary. Last year with Flores, it was all blitz or nothing because they couldn't defend the back end, and if the blitzes didn't get home, they were giving up a touchdown. The pass defense for the Vikings has been bad the last couple of years. I need to see that improve meaningfully. And again, the quarterback play, I just don't trust. Like they won 3 of 9 games with the horrible quarterbacks they had last season. That translates to 5 or 6 wins in an 17-game season. I'm going to go under the 6.5. I don't think they've improved enough at quarterback that, in fact, I think they've downgraded at quarterback. I don't think they're going over 6.5, especially not with the division being better.
All right.
All right.
Bears mandatory minicamp starts today. Caleb Williams performing with the first-team offense versus the first-team defense, we're assuming, for the first time. I'm looking forward to seeing how Caleb Williams performs. What is one thing you guys are watching for in Bears mandatory minicamps this week?
First of all, I want everyone to show up. I want everyone to come out of it healthy, period. Healthy. I don't want to hear non-contact this and tweak that or, God forbid, worse. That's one. And I want to hear that there's some flow developing offensively. I have no concerns about the defense, but I want to hear that there is some really good chemistry with all his receivers on the field.
I would like to see Nate Davis in action on something other than an exercise bike. I know this might be meatheadish, this idea that, like, you have to show up to mandatory minicamp, you have to be a part of this. I heard Tom Thayer talking about it. When there's guys who are on expiring contracts or at the end of a contract and they want to make sure that they're secure long term, I get it. We don't have those situations here. And I think you should be bought in to what I think is a really good rebuild. I would like to see Nate Davis actually practicing. And I got to see, like, probably not going to matter, but what does Austin Booker look like? I was reading yesterday the Bears are still looking for edge rusher help, and they're probably going to go the discount way
he's
again.
not a starter.
No, of course not. I don't think so. But I really liked what he did in college. Can he fill that hole a little bit?
I mean, he's a fifth-round rookie for a reason.
Fifth-round rookies, Braxton Jones started every snap as a fifth-round rookie. The round you're drafted in matters for pedigree, but it doesn't really matter in the NFL. We've seen fifth-round rookies be all rookies.
I mean, let's see, last year, how did he do at Kansas last year?
Limited in snap opportunities, but if you watch the tape, and I think it was the Senior Bowl. Who was the cat the Packers drafted to be their left tackle? Morgan? I think Morgan was getting reps against Austin Booker at the Senior Bowl. Morgan was a first-round pick for the Packers, and he was getting tore up by Austin Booker.
He had 8 sacks for the season. 8.
He just doesn't play a ton of snaps. If he can go up to camp and be a stud, he could probably compete for the role on the other side of the line. Not because he's better than people necessarily, but, I mean, there's a vacancy.
They're going to bring a veteran in. He's not going to be playing on as a starter. They're going to sign Ngakoue or somebody like that.
You don't believe in this kid. Watch Hard Knocks. Austin Booker, I want Austin Booker to be the story of Hard Knocks.
I'm not saying I don't believe in him.
I want him competing his ass off and winning the job.
But he's a rookie, and they're going to bring a veteran in. They are not going to plan on him being the starter.
I support the Kansas Jayhawk.
You know what?
One of us
You got
does.
a little Danny right there.
Oh, my fault.
Jeez. Wow. Just because Danny went to Kansas, he couldn't get into Illinois.
I'm actually supporting my friend Justin Podge.
Take that, Danny.
This Missouri Tiger over here is not liking that.
All right, what do you got?
All right, PFF has the Bears as the second most likely team to go from worst to first in their division. Bengals are number 1. Chargers are number 3. Do you think the Bears are placed properly in the worst to first list?
How many teams are on this list?
All 8. I can read them off for you.
Yeah, read them off.
read 'em off.
And this is in order, worst to first.
Worst to first. Bengals,
Yeah.
because they're getting Burrow back.
Yep, agreed.
Bears. Chargers with the coaching change. Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I don't think the Chargers are going to be very good. Go ahead.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah,
Tennessee Titans at 5.
yeah,
Arizona Cardinals at 6.
yeah,
Panthers at 7.
yeah.
Patriots at 8.
Fine with all of those. I think
Patriots are going to suck.
I would move Washington down. I think Tennessee is more likely to go worst to first in their division than PFF's giving credit. And I agree with you on the Chargers. Exactly how are the Chargers going to win the AFC West?
No shot.
What's
no
their,
shot.
what's their over? What is their over under?
7.5, I think. 8.5, maybe.
Under.
Me too. I look. Harbaugh can turn it around in college. It's a little easier. The NFL, he just had to go through cap hell.
Yeah.
And evacuate all his receivers.
Hey, wait a minute. What happened to Keenan Allen? How come we don't have him? Cap problem. How about Mike Williams? Cap problem. How about Austin Eckler? Cap problem. Yeah.
Bengals should be the most likely because they have Joe Burrow. Bears should be the second most likely.
Agreed.
I think PFF's on the nose there.
Let's go.
I'll put the Patriots over the Panthers. If Drake May goes out and balls like CJ Stroud did last year,
Oh,
then
would you stop?
He
Balls
could.
like CJ. No.
I don't know if he could do that well. I don't even know if he's going to play enough to do that well. I would probably put the Patriots ahead of the Panthers just because I think there's
I
upside
think the
with
Patriots,
the Patriots.
might be the worst team in the NFL.
They could be. I think there's more upside there. The Panthers just stink. Didn't have a first-round pick. Sunk cost on Miles Sanders, who's not even going to play. Might get cut. They're horrible. Both of those teams tie them for last. Neither of them have a chance to win their
What did
division.
they do with their first round? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That was
We took Caleb Williams
I
with your
know,
first-round pick. Good luck.
One more.
one more. So Justin Jefferson, 4 years, $140 million. The price for receivers continues to go up. Are you completely out on Keenan Allen signing another contract with the Chicago Bears? Is this a one and done?
Not necessarily if he's realistic. If he's expecting $35 million a year, not going to happen. But if he can get through the season unscathed I could see Poles doing a short-term extension with him. But he doesn't have to.
I kind of think that's what it's going to be anyway for Keenan Allen, whether he goes to the open market or not. He's older. He hasn't played complete seasons basically ever. 2 years, $50 million-ish sounds about right to me. Not all guaranteed, maybe $45 million guaranteed.
It would not shock me if he misses 4 or 5 games that Poles says, here's a 1-year extension. You don't want it? I'm out.
Yeah. And that'd be fine. I'd be fine with it.
Because that's why you drafted Roma Dunze to go with DJ Moore.
I don't have an issue with Keenan Allen being here for 1 year. Like, I get people get angry. You gave up draft capital for a guy who's only going to be here for a season, but I don't really care.
You're trying to win.
And you're trying to let your rookie quarterback hit the ground running.
And have the softest landing spot as possible. All right, Albert Breer, Monday Morning Quarterback, SI.com. He is tapped in big time. He's our guy every Tuesday. He's next.